broadcast every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 in the morning on the Street 919 FM radio. Here Pastor Helen Garcia and my husband, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. Tune in and prepare to be blessed.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Hi, what's up, TNT? This is Wayne Johnson out of Brooklyn, New York. I always wanted to do something back home, and we're going to be doing our gospel segment on Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM. Listen what I want you to do. Spread the word. Spread the word, TNT. Salvation, full and free. Salvation is for everybody. Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
Yo, this is the Big Mike, not the Mass Man, the Health Man. Are you one of the 40 million people suffering with joint issues like rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis? Well, you are listening to the right ad. You have the ailment, we have the remedy. Call us now on 288-8301 or 346-2612.
Don't forget to tune in right here on the Street 919 FM every Wednesday from 10:05 a.m.
Performance, beat all talk.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919FM.com.
News from the Street 919FM.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. In the headlines, regardless of vaccination status, all Forms 4 to 6 students back to physical classes from Monday. $40 million will be rolled out to repair roads across the island. Kidnappers demand $5 million for central businessman, and internationally, U.S. school cafeteria hurting from supply chain crisis and price hikes. And now the news in detail. All students, regardless of their vaccination status from Forms 4 to 6, will return to physical classes from Monday, October 25th. This from Education Minister Dr. Nayan Gasbidoli. She said the decision is part of government's phased approach to get students back out to school in a safe manner.
Schools are not required to provide online classes or synchronous sessions for students of Forms 4 to 6 or equivalent in lieu of student attendance at physical classes. All students are expected to attend school physically.
As part of its phased approach to reintroduce students to the classrooms, the minister said all students from Form 1 to 3 will return in January next year.
Students of Forms 1 to 3 or equivalent are required to remain engaged in remote learning. Unless otherwise advised, these students will return to the physical classroom in January 2022, which is term 2 of academic year 2021-22.
Principals, meanwhile, may request permission from the Ministry of Education for students from Forms 1 to 3 to return to school ahead of its reopening for orientation sessions. In other news, Works and Transport Minister Rohan Sinanan says $40 million will be rolled out to repair secondary minor agricultural and forestry access roads across the country. In his contribution to the budget debate in the Senate yesterday, the minister said the ministry has not stuck its head in the sand, nor has it passed the buck regarding the present condition of roadways. He said the $40 million will be used to improve roads, and as the project is rolled out, the public will see notable improvements over the upcoming year. Some roads the ministry intends to address in the near future includes Port of Spain, Sackville Street, Independence Square, Sangre Grande, Ramdas Street, Ojo Road, Foster Road and Picton Road, Tacarigua, Trin City Central Road, St. Augustine, Evans Street, Ongoing, Coover, Camden Road, San Fernando, Coffee Street, and Shogunas, Charlieville Connector Road. In more news, the kidnappers of 40-year-old central businessman Kartikeya Ramsundar are demanding a $5 million ransom for his safe return. Relatives claim he is being held captive in Venezuela until the ransom is paid. Ramsundar was kidnapped at his business place Riverside Marina Limited at Kankandi Road in Felicity last Wednesday around 2:40 p.m. after 3 men stormed the premises in the presence of Ramsundar's wife and a 36-year-old friend. Investigators said he was beaten by one of the men who appeared to be armed with a firearm and then later dragged into a dark-colored Honda Civic. Investigators later found the car burnt along Bernard Road in Felicity, but by then the kidnappers had disappeared without a trace. Investigators from the anti-kidnapping unit are investigating. They say they have been able to obtain CCTV footage from several cameras in the area showing the actual kidnapping and the men circling the area prior to the act. Finally, on the international scene, U.S. school cafeterias are hurting from supply chain issues and price hikes.
For school,
according to a recent survey, 1,400 school nutrition directors, nearly all are concerned about supply chain issues and 90% about staffing shortages. School cafeterias face an additional challenge of meeting USDA nutritional guidelines to get government funding while staying on budget. We have this NBC report to tell us more.
For school districts across the country, serving lunch is becoming a tall order.
It has never been like this. So this is really, truly a 100-year event.
We are out of a few items today.
Supply chain issues and price hikes are impacting everything from vegetables to utensils in lunchrooms, including Jefferson County, Kentucky.
It's not just produce, it's not just supplies, it's across all, and it's coming multiple times a day, multiple times a week sometimes.
According to a recent survey of 1,400 school nutrition directors, nearly all are concerned about supply chain issues, and 90% worry about staffing shortages. Schools are reliant on government funding to break even on meals. Last year alone, they served 330 million lunches per month. Lunchrooms face the additional challenge of meeting USDA nutritional guidelines to get that vital funding while staying on budget.
Our supply chains in many areas have been disrupted. Schools really do have to plan their meals in advance.
And experts hope there's an end in sight for logistics snags and child hunger.
Schools, once they find those creative ways, they will be able to offer more students the meals that they need to increase food security.
Cooking up solutions for a new school year. Stephanie Rule, NBC News.
And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube. Recapping the headlines, regardless of vaccination status, all Forms 4 to 6 students back to physical classes from Monday. $40 million will be rolled out to repair roads across the country. Kidnappers demand $5 million for central businessman, and internationally, U.S. school cafeterias hurting from supply chain crisis and price hikes. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas.